So how many people here love to travel? Raise up your hand, please. How many people are from Canada? Or they're not, they're not from Canada. Maybe you're born somewhere else. Thank you. I would like to talk to you about something today. I'd like to talk to you about the journey. I believe life is all about the journey. I believe life is all about the journey because at every point in our life, we're taking a journey. A journey from childhood to teenager. You become a teenager and to adulthood. And in the journey from kindergarten to elementary school, from elementary school to high school, from high school to university. At every point in our life, we're taking a journey. And then from university, you're looking to become gainfully employed or to become an entrepreneur. But it's not how you start the journey. It's how you end the journey. And so I would like you to think about something today. Think about the journey that you're currently taking. Some of you are here planning to go to university and do so many things. What is that journey for you? I want you to think about that. How is that going for you? What are you going to do to help you get there? My journey started in a poor little village in Africa where I was born. To two teenagers. My mom and dad were teenagers when they had me, about 17 years old. I think that's a little too young. You will agree with me. So when I was born, because they were too young to take care of me, I was adopted by my grandfather. Living in this poor little village where there was no electricity, there's no indoor plumbing, we did our business in the bush. And that's what we did. We wake up every day, we go to the farm, we come back, and we sleep, we repeat the same thing over and over and over. But when I was about 7, my grandfather decided to take me to a school in the city. We didn't know how we're going to get the money. We didn't know how we're going to get there because we didn't have a car. We have to travel to the city. But we thank God at that time we have a mayor of the local government. His children were going to the same school. And so what he did, he spoke with them, and they agreed to pick us up very early in the morning. It was about 5 of us going up at the same time, at that time. And so what we do, wake up around 4 a.m. At this age, I was about 7. 4 a.m., and then we shower, and then take our bath and go wait for them if there is any water. There are days where we didn't have water. We have to travel for miles to the river or to the well to get water. I'm living this life over, and then they will take us to school. When we come back from school, we go to the farm and help in the farm because it's the same money from the farm they were using to help us with school. So many things will happen to you in the farm. Some people get stung by scorpions. I got stung by scorpions a couple of times. People get bitten by snakes. So many things can happen to you. But that was the life. I needed that life because it was the same money that they would be using it for my school. And so that happened for about 3 years. And when I was after 3 years, the mayor's tenure was over. It was moved to a different city. And now we have to look for a way to get to school. So my grandfather thought it's a good idea to get us a place in the city. But at this time, we didn't have money. But he managed to get us a place in a poor section of the city where they have in the poor section of the city, there was no electricity, there's no indoor plumbing. And there is no, the house that we're in, it was a 4-bedroom house, wide open. So it means anybody can come in at any time. So we have 1 bedroom that we use because other tenants were occupying the rest of the other rooms. And it's not like a fancy house like here. The houses there that they were in, the walls were cracked, so it means it can collapse with a heavy wind. The roofs were leaking, so it means when it rained, we have to have bowls, and we put it there to collect the water, just to make sure that water don't spread around. It was about 6 of us. The years later, it was 5 of us, and then 1 year later, my cousin joined us. So now 6 people sleeping in 1 bedroom. That 1 bedroom will have only 1 bed, just 1 bed in that 1 bedroom. So we didn't have a mattress in the bed. So we have a bed frame, and we have 2 mats. We put 1 mat on the floor and 1 on the bed. And then that was the life. We wake up very early in the morning. We go to the river, or we go to a well if there is water in the well. Sometimes it dried up. So we get the water, we come back, and we shower. There are times where there is no enough water. We don't have enough water. So maybe we'll have something like a small bowl of water. But we have to take our bath before going to school, or we want to look as if we take our bath. So what we do, in that small bowl of water, we'll take this water and we'll share within 6 people sharing a small bowl of water. So what we do, we rub our hands. As you can see there, my school uniform is a shorts and a short sleeve. So we rub the part of our body that's exposed with the water. And then we'll rub Vaseline, the cream, to make it shine. So we call that rub and shine. So that was the life that we're living. We come back from school. There are days where we didn't have food to eat. We have no food to eat. We have to go to the bush sometime and look for fruit to eat. And then we'll come back home. We didn't have electricity, so what we do, we study in the afternoon. We use lantern and candle to study. But there are times where we didn't have money to even buy that. So what do? We don't really do much. We do our homework in the afternoon and then sleep at night. 6 people share 1 tower. That was a life. But I was happy with that life. You may ask yourself, Henry, why will you be happy with this life? I was happy with that life because I was doing better than the kid in the village, some kids in the village, who would have loved to be in my situation. Not because I was better than them, because I had that opportunity. Because my grandfather took that bold step. He taught me that the environment that you're in does not have to be in you. He taught me to look at my dream, to look at where I'm going, instead of focusing on whatever is around me. Instead of look at where you're going. Where are you going? What do you have in mind right now? What steps are you taking to improve you? I know a lot of you are thinking of university. What are you going to take in school? When you're thinking about that, I want you to also think about something. What can you do for somebody, for the world? As John F. Kennedy says, think not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And I tell you today, think not what the world can do for you. What can you do for the world? Why are you here? Why do you leave those countries and come here? You came from different homes. You left your beautiful family, and you're here. Why are you here? And so there are some things that I've gathered during my journey that I would like to share with you. Faith. Just like it says there. Faith is like a Wi-Fi. You can't really see it, but it connects you with something. So you have to have the faith. If you're going to take a journey, if you're going to go somewhere, what do? You prepare for that journey. But how can you do that? By focusing on the things that will help you get there. When I got to the city at first, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to read. I was struggling to read. My grandfather tried to teach me how to read. I just could not get it. But then I realized in that city, I was seeing beautiful cars and beautiful homes. And I desired those things. So I told myself, how can I get those things? I needed to force myself to read. I have to force myself to increase my knowledge. When you increase your knowledge, you're literally increasing your value. And so you have to know that this is what you want. And connect that. Whether you may be afraid, but don't let the fear stop you. Do it in spite of the fear. And number 2 is focus. Focus on where you're going. Focus on that. Don't let people distract you. They say an average person watch about 50 hours of television in a week. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you here may like to watch TV, but I understand that you don't have access to internet as much, which is good. That makes you focus on where you're going. You have to know what you're doing. Don't just let yourself be distracted. A lot of people get distracted. You're hanging out with the wrong people, the wrong crowd. And you're letting them, they're taking away your time. Time is very valuable. You have to invest in yourself if you want to go somewhere. I know you're planning to go to university, but what can you do in university? You want to just go there and fail? In my first year in university, I was messing around. I was on academic probation. Reason why I was busy partying. Until when I got academic probation means if you don't get your stuff together, you're getting kicked out of school. And so what did I do? I have to shift my friends, change my idea, change the way I study. And then the next semester, I was good up until I graduated. So what is that thing for you? And number 2, you have to take action. You have to have the courage to take the action. You cannot only think about if you have faith and focus without action is dead. What can you do to make your dream come true? What is that thing that you have in mind? I know a lot of you come here because you have something good you want to do for your country or you want to do for humanity. As the theme of the event, we and the world. Doesn't mean we against the world, but we plus the world. What can we do to benefit the world? What can we do to make that happen? Some people come here and they die, and Nobody know about them. But there are some people that everybody must hear about them, like Obama, Nelson Mandela. We all know them because they did something. What is that thing for you that is burning inside you that you want to do it? Are you going to let fear stop you? When I made the decision that I want to be a speaker, what did I do? I knew that my story is vulnerable. There are a lot of people that don't know about my story, but I want to put it out there because I know I want to inspire people. I see people. I see myself traveling around the world. You have to picture yourself literally doing the things that you want to do in the future. I wanted to give people a sense of hope. They say when there is hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. When you have hope for something, what will you do? You want to work hard to get there. What is that thing for you? Think about that. Think about the dreams, the ideas that you have in your head. Why are you here? It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your age. I went to Ohio 3 months ago, and I met this young kid. He's just 11 years old, working on his dream, showing his daily life story, what's going on right now. And he told me that he's currently raising money, so he can save children in Africa. He wants to raise about 100,000 when he's 13. He's doing that because he knew that he wanted to make himself, wanted to make a mark in this world. What legacy do you want to leave when you're gone? Will people here remember you when you're gone? What is that thing for you? Think about that and write your reasons down. So you may ask, what will reason do? Reason, somebody say, if you know a reason for doing something, that will force you to do that. Because then you don't want to go back on what you're thinking. So you have to have something that you want to remember for when you're gone. Don't just be here, don't just come here, and then you're gone. The reason why you're chosen among the thousands in your country and millions in your country to be here is because you have something to offer. You are special. You have something within you that you have to offer. Don't just let that go to waste. So as you go home today, go and think about your dreams and your ideas and write them down and work on them. Don't just come here and be gone like that. Let people remember you. Why are you here? Thank you.